Morning everyone. This is me, Saurajyoti Deka, Assistant Professor from NEF College of Pharmacy, Department of Pharmaceutics. So today's topic which we are going to discuss with among you all of you is percolation. Percolation is one of the processes which is mainly associated with the chapter extraction processes. As we know, there are many types of extraction processes which are involved in the extraction of active constituents from different drugs like infusion, decoction, maceration, percolation, digestion. So today we are going to discuss on percolation. So let's start with it. The introduction as it says, per means throw and coller means to strain. The definition which it says the process in which a comminuted means size reduced particles of the drug is slowly extracted of its soluble constituents by the slow passage of suitable solvent through a column of drug. So it means that percolation is a very slow process where the solvent needs to be passed through a column of the drug. A common example is the preparation of coffee from coffee seeds. In coffee percolation, soluble compounds leaves the coffee and they join the water, and insoluble compounds remain within the coffee filter. As like in olden days, how they are preparing the coffee. This is the diagram which has been shown to you. Now let's start with our main process, that is percolation. The process of percolation, it includes 5 steps: comminution of drug, imbibition, packing, maceration and percolation. Going to the first, comminution. As I have said, it is the size reduction of drug usually from the coarse powder to fine powder, so that to increase the surface area, to ensure complete removal of drug and to slow down the movement of menstruum for uniform packing. Now, imbibition, which is the second step. The swelling of drug by absorbing menstruum, as it says, it is allowed to stand for 4 hours in a closed container. It means that the drug which needs to be percolated, it needs to be stand along with the menstruum for 4 hours. Why it is done? It is done to achieve the following objectives. It's especially to avoid choking, difficulty in movement, to remove wear, to avoid washing out of fine particles. Now, why the drug is allowed to swell? The drug is allowed to swell because swelling helps in the swelling of the tissues of the drug before packing into the percolator. If the drug is suppose is packed in a dry state, it might cause blockage of the percolator. And imbibed drugs can be uniformly packed in the percolator. When the dry powder drug is packed in a percolator, there is a tendency of the menstruum to wash the drug down towards the bottom of the particle, where it might form an impermeable layer. And along with that, imbibition allows the entrapped air to escape. If a dry drug is packed in the percolator, the enclosed air will resist the flow of menstruum and it will disturb the packing also. Next is packing. So after imbibition, the drug needs to be evenly packed into the percolator. Then a filter paper is placed on the bottom to support the column of the drug, and then the moisture drug is placed on the filter paper. Over the moisture drug, another filter paper is placed having weight on it. So it means that first in the percolator, the filter paper needs to be placed in the bottom. Then you have to place the imbibed drug, means the swollen drug, and you have to take care that no air particles are entrapped within this packing. And after that, on the above of that, again you need to place a filter paper with some weight, and over this moisture drug you have to add the menstruum, and we have to close the lid if the menstruum is volatile. Now how you have to pack? This is the diagram which we have already done. This is the jar, this is the stopper, this is the notched cork, and this you can see this is the filter paper. This filter paper will will help in choking or avoid the passage of fine drug particles to your final product. And then your packed drugs or herbs, and again the filter paper cloth, and above that a little of weight, and this is your menstruum, means alcohol. If you are using alcohol, then you have to close your lid. So maceration, it happens after that. After packing, sufficient menstruum is added and it is covered with lid, and when liquid begins to drop the lower orifice, it is closed, and then the percolator is set aside for 24 hours. During these 24 hours of maceration, the menstruum penetrates into the tissue of the drug and it dissolves the active constitution. A short maceration before percolation also enables the extraction of active constituents with considerably less quantity of menstruum. So after 24 hours of maceration, you have to open the outlet of the percolator and collect the percolate, which measures about 3 by 4th of the volume of the required quantity of your finished product. So that is what the final percolation process. So after 24 hours, the lower orifice is opened and menstruum is collected with a very controlled speed until 3 by 4th quantity of the menstruum has been collected. Then again more of menstruum is added and collected from the lower orifice so that the mark means the packed drug does not become dry. After extracting everything, the mark is pressed to get the extract which is combined with the previous liquid, and then it is allowed to stand and then it is filtered out. So this is the simple percolation process. Now, if we need to prepare a percolation for sometimes for concentration preparations, then there are three types of processes, that is reserve percolation, modified percolation and continuous hot percolation processes. So let's start with reserve percolation. This type of percolation is done to get concentrated process preparation. So the process it says is that in this method, the first portion, that is the 3 by 4th portion of the percolate, contains maximum amount of the active constituent, that is 70 to 80%. It is being reserved as such. The last portion of the percolate, that is about 1 by 4th, is collected separately, and then the separately collected menstruum is evaporated to get a syrupy like consistency, which is then again mixed with the reserve percolate which is obtained in the step 1, that is 3 by 4th, and then we have to adjust the final volume by adding more of menstruum. Usually the alcohol is being used in such processes. An example is liquid extract of licorice. Then next go to modified percolation processes. Now in percolation processes, if we have to see, for preparation of tinctures, the drug by percolate ratio is often 1 by 4. 1 by 4. So this in modified percolation, what we are doing, if we are going to prepare tincture preparation, the drug by percolate ratio needs to be reduced to 1 by 4. The normal process is 1 by 4, which needs to be reduced to 1 by 3rd by modifying the process. And what we obtain in regard to that, if we are going for modified percolation, we are able to save the time, heat, and especially the consumption of more menstruum. Our objective is that we have to reduce the ratio of our menstruum to 1 by 3rd. So as we all know, percolation is a displacement process. If you look in detail into the process, the strong solution of active constituent of the drug which are formed during the maceration is displaced by the fresh menstruum when the percolation process is started. So it is proved that any stationary menstruum which remains in contact with the drug, it dissolves more matter than the flowing menstruum. So what happens? More menstruum is required to exhaust the drug when simple process is used. But if we are using a continuous percolation process which is modified in several suitable breaks, then what happens is that we can reduce the drug is to percolate ratio by 1 is to 3. So in modified percolation, what we are doing is that we are imbibing 1000 gram of drug first for 4 hours, and then we are keeping it in the process of maceration for 24 hours with 1000 ml of menstruum. Again, after a suitable break, again second stage, macerate for 24 hours and again add 1000 ml of menstruum and percolate. Then the last step, again 24 hours of maceration, then percolation with 1000 ml. So the final product which we are getting is that the drug is to percolate ratio, that is 1000 gram of drug has been percolated with 3000 ml. So which gives us the ratio of 1 is to 3rd of drug by penetration rate, drug by percolate ratio. So after that, the test for exhaustion is done and the process is continued until full exhaustion, and the percolate is evaporated and it is mixed with the main percolated which are obtained in above stages, and then make up the final volume with more of menstruum. So this is regarding modified percolation process. Now the last one, continuous hot percolation process. This process is especially done for drugs in which the percolation of menstruum into cellular tissues is very low. It means that when active constituents of the drugs are not freely soluble in the solvent or they are difficult to be displaced from the cells of the drug, then it becomes very necessary to extract the crude drug by the action of hot menstruum for a considerable length of time. Especially the uses are for fixed oil from seeds and alkaloids from the drugs which are extracted by continuous hot percolation process, and especially the menstruum which is being used on benzene, chloroform, petroleum, ether, etc. The apparatus which is being employed for this process is called as Soxhlet extractor or apparatus. So many times the whole process is also called as Soxhlation. And the process, how it is done: the menstruum present in the flask is heated and vapors are taken to a condenser where the condensed liquid is returned to a drug to continue the extraction. Now, what are the advantages? That smaller volume of menstruum can be used again and again. Let's look into the diagram of the apparatus so that we have a better look of this system. So this is our diagram which is called as Soxhlet extractor. So as you can look into the diagram, below this is the heating pan, or many laboratories they are also using water bath. This is the flask which contains our menstruum. Then this is our extractor device which is actually imbibed with drug, and this tube which you can see which is circulating along the whole portion, it is called as siphon tube, and above it the reflex condenser has been fitted. So how the whole system works: the drug which needs to be extracted is packed in a paper cylinder made of filter paper, and it is placed in the body of Soxhlet extractor. Means here the drug is placed here and the apparatus is fitted like this with a pipe connections of water inlet and out in the condenser. So whenever the solvent is boiled on the heating flask, it gets converted into vapors. These vapors then enter into the condenser through the side tube. It means they are going like this up to top, and they condense into hot liquid which falls into the column of the drug. It means that the menstruum which is being heated, they are going to the reflex condenser, and again after condensing they are falling on the packed drug which is here. So what happens after that? The vapors then enter into the condenser through the side tube and they get condensed into the hot liquid which falls into the column of the drug. Now when the extractor gets filled with the solvent, the level of siphon tube also raises up to its top. It means that the evaporated liquid which is coming here after condensing, the level will keep on rising up to the level of this siphon tube, and they will again run into the flask and thus emptying the extractor. It means that it will again run into the flask here, emptying the extractor here. This alteration of filling and emptying the body of extractor, it goes on continuously. The soluble active constituents of the drug, they remain here in the flask while the solvent is repeatedly volatilized. The process of filling and emptying of this extractor is repeated until the whole of drug is exhausted. Normally, this process is repeated for about 15 times for complete exhaustion of the drug. Now, what are the disadvantages of this process? This type of percolation is especially not suitable for those type of drugs which contains heat sensitive active constituents, that is thermolabile APIs like alkaloids, anthraquinone derivatives, esters, and only pure solvent or constant boiling mixtures we need to be used in this process. Some drugs, they might also block the apparatus like powdered drugs, opium, gums, resins, etc. So what are the different types of percolators which are often very used in our normal laboratories? So it depends on their shape, capacities, composition and uses. Some of the diagrams has been shown in this PowerPoint. Have a look on it. This is already we have discussed this diagram, that is our Soxhlet apparatus which is used for minimum expenditure of menstruum, and it comes with cylindrical design. Then roundish coffee maker, and finally the conical or funnel shape. It is used for those drugs that swell a lot during the process of maceration. So along here it is. Thank you very much. This is regarding our topic of percolation. Thank you.